Now let's get it.
What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the Oversaturated Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Ralph.
I'm Johnny.
Hey, man, we're here to review the She-Hulk Episode 2 Superhuman Law episode. But first, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Yes. Thank you. All right, man. Let's get right to it.
Superhuman Law, right? Let's just talk about what we think about the episode. Then we can get into breaking it down scene by scene.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Episode.
I think this is a very, very solid episode. I think this is. I mean, it's a continuation of the first episode, but I think the story is progressing really, really well. Even though this is the second episode, I love where the story is going.
I enjoyed the episode overall. I thought it was pretty solid as well. Very enjoyable. I think it was more enjoyable than the first, obviously, because that's like a condensed origin type of film. Like now we get into her and her story and the world building of it all. So I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was dope. Superhuman Law.
Right, man.
And then let's get into the opening scene. Like everything that Bruce told his cousin Jennifer start happening. It happened. And she thought the shit was sweet. Like she can just go back to being a lawyer. Nah, that's not how the game works.
That's not how it works, my girl.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
But,
go ahead.
No. What do you think about just her getting fired and then turn around and getting hired by the same the people that got her fired? I hope I didn't jump ahead, but I did.
Oh no, it's cool. It's crazy. Like even how she got fired, right? It's crazy. So she goes into the bar as She-Hulk because that's what everybody's chanting. She-Hulk. So she goes in and She-Hulk. She's drinking. She's having fun. She letting loose, like embracing her She-Hulkness, basically, right?
Yeah.
But then the boss at her firm comes over and says, can you go back to Jennifer? Like, you can tell he's intimidated by She-Hulk because she, tall as hell. She is She-Hulk, right?
Yeah.
He's hella intimidated. So the fact that he asked her to shrink down so he can fire her is crazy because he wouldn't be able to say that shit to She-Hulk because he was scared.
Yep.
He was scared.
You're scared because you're soft in here.
So that in itself was nuts.
Just the micro stuff that everything Bruce said. Like it's just like I got to keep going back to that. Everything Bruce said. He was like, when they start viewing you as a monster. Yeah. And that's clearly something there. Like he couldn't even talk business to her without feeling like away.
Right. Now let me ask you, like, do you think in that particular instance, do you think that was just a basic human thing? Because imagine just seeing like a She-Hulk-esque person in front of you, or do you think that was a white person thing? Like,
I think it's She-Hulk thing.
She-Hulk, okay.
Well, She-Hulk man-woman thing. Like,
gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's what I mean.
It breaks,
man-woman.
Man-woman thing.
Gotcha.
I'm talking to a metahuman, clearly. Like,
right.
And I'm telling them they about to lose their job. Like,
yes.
hey.
I need to tell you as a human.
As a human, please. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, please, can you just...
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but no, I mean, and then even like the opening credits, and then she was drunk when she came back down to Jennifer, and then the opening credits saying She-Hulk attorney at law, then it went from attorney to hire.
Attorney for hire, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That was cool.
It was like breaking the fourth wall for the show credit itself, and then you see her go through these progressions of these job interviews, which is crazy. Like she was getting them interviews now.
Now, did you notice? For each interview where she got rejected, the background office got worse and worse and worse.
Oh no!
So like the very first one, you could tell from the background it was a very nice, prestigious firm, and then the last one was just like some shit that was in like a back office, like with metal file cabinets.
She couldn't even get a public defender job.
That's
the way
crazy.
And like she said, her big thing was like, I just want to really get back to. I think she was in L.A. I think she's in L.A. right or Cali. She's
somewhere in California.
But her point was like, I'm really just working my way up. I'm just got my own office, and now this. So it's affecting Jennifer Walters in this way. Like it's affecting my professional life, the livelihood aspect. Like I worked so hard to be this attorney, and I'm still breaking down barriers, quote unquote, because of the things that you have to endure as a woman. So just to see her kind of struggle with that is honestly kind of like tough to see. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to see.
So after that, right? So after job searching on the internet, after all the rejections and job searching, she goes to a bar. She gets approached by the person that she was defending against in the courtroom that offers her a job.
Yeah.
And she, immediately takes it on the spot because, she's been getting rejected, right? But then she go, oh, what's up? What's up?
I fuck with her boss. Whoever, I forgot his name, but I fuck with him heavy.
The new boss.
The new boss. Like he's kind of like J. Jonah Jameson in a way. Not as brash, but just like the sarcasm. Like it's very witty and very subtle.
Yeah.
But she was like, I have a demand. I want you to hire my own paralegal. Like,
I don't care. I don't care who your paralegal is.
We'll only do it if I can hire my own paralegal.
I truly do not care who your paralegal is.
Yes.
That's funny.
I was like,
I'm not
like little things like that.
I'm not mad at that. So she gets to the office on her first day, right? Then her boss proceeds to tell her, "Hey, look, you really only here because we want She-Hulk." Like, and this is a complete opposite of everything that she's heard during her interviews and everything since she became She-Hulk. So now she has to adjust to being She-Hulk in the everyday setting, which is completely different from what we're used to seeing in the MCU period, right?
Yeah.
So that is dope in itself.
Yeah. And I mean, it's making her kind of confront what the things that she doesn't want to deal with as being She-Hulk, and the fact that she has the balance of her human self and the Hulk. So it's like you can just go into work and work regularly.
Yes.
So.
Which is crazy. So from there, she actually gets her assignment. And this is where it gets juicy, right?
Yeah.
So right, it gets messy. So basically, she has to go and represent Abomination, the guy that we all saw the Incredible Hulk fight in the Incredible Hulk movie all those years ago. Who we saw a brief cameo of in Shang-Chi earlier this year.
Yeah.
I love the fact that this is a plot thing. Like, I love it.
He told her, like, hey, if you don't take this case,
fired.
You don't get this job. You don't keep this job. And she pretty much made up in her mind because she knew that she always wanted to be a lawyer. And she knows that this is my last shot, honestly, in this town. I'm done here.
Right.
So if I don't take this job here, what do I do? And they go to the prison. You get to see Tim Roth, the god, in his rare human form. You don't see him as Abomination. And they have a good dialogue.
Yeah. Oh, the dialogue between the two was great. But I do want to ask you. So, Tim Roth's character. What is his human name in the movie? In the show. So not Abomination, but what I can't remember. It's escaping me. But anyway, him in his human form is telling Jennifer how it's been forever since the fight in Harlem happened. How he's zen now. How he has 7 pen pals that he wants to build a new life with, and all this kind of stuff. Do you think that was a facade?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on, facade. No, I'm sorry.
Do you think it was fake? Do you think him talking to her like that about that type of thing? Do you think that was fake?
No, I think it's real. I think it's genuine.
I don't.
You think he playing?
I think he playing.
Oh man.
I think he playing.
I think he's reformed to a way. I mean, he's still a villain, right? So
well,
let's put that out there, right? There's only so much you can trust of him, and then this is going to get to different points that I don't want to get to, but we go get to it. But I think that this kind of leans into what the Thunderbolts will get to.
Oh, 100%.
So that's why I think like he's not going to be the Abomination from before. He had time to sit and think about all these things. So it's like they used me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. So maybe I don't know, maybe it's just like he'll have a changing of attitude if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? I think you still can't fully trust him.
Right. On some Zemo shit, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Keep him close, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Because I feel like in that dialogue between him and Jennifer Walters, right, some of that stuff he was lying. Like, yes, the U.S. government did give him the serum.
Yeah.
But he went back and got more himself. Yeah. He's the one that told old boy, "Hey, I want that." Yeah. So, but he conveniently left that shit out, right?
Yeah. It sounded like he was more of a victim.
Exactly.
Which he sounded more. Of a victim.
He wasn't. He wasn't. Let's be honest. We all seen the movie, which is still one of the top MCU movies to me. But we seen the movie, and no, he was not a victim.
Mm-hmm.
He was not a victim.
So she leaves the prison. She goes back to her apartment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She's contemplating the case. She calls Bruce.
Yes, sir.
We talking to Bruce. She's like, "Hey, look, cuzzo. I think." She told him the whole thing, and he was like, "Well, it sounds like your mind is made up."
Yep. I said the same thing as she was talking. Like, you already know you're gonna do this shit. But I guess deep down she still wanted to make peace with Bruce on it, like at least to get his okay. Like, even though she wanted to do it, she wanted to make sure he was okay with it too. And even Bruce was like, "That fight was so many years ago. He wrote me a letter apologizing, saying, things are cool." Man, I ain't
forgave him.
I don't care. I ain't buying it.
But what do you think about the callback to the recasting and things?
That fight was so many years ago. I'm a completely different person now, literally.
Like that.
Oh no, I thought that was perfect. I'm a different person now, literally. No, facts. Facts.
That's true.
You'd have been a whole nother human, but then you've been like the rageful Hulk, but now you like smart Hulk, like
just chilling.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, and then we get the pan out shot where he's on the Sakaran ship, outer space, and then the call hangs up because he. So I hope they bring that back somewhere in the series because I want to see that.
Has to be a plot moving forward. Do not drop the ball on that.
Please don't.
Let's go. I don't know. I've heard so many theories about that thing, and I really don't know. So I don't even want to speculate because these aren't, they're theories.
You know what I could see happening, and I pray this doesn't, but I can see Bruce not showing up no more in the series, and then they announced the Hulk movie in Phase 6. That'll be the second time he done dipped off into space and we ain't seen him in years.
Where the you been all these years?
That'll be the second time.
But he's going back to Sakaar. Like, how does it?
Hey man, I don't know, but So I hope they explore that in this series because I want to see this.
How do you feel about the subplot line of that in the series though?
I mean, it is She-Hulk.
That's what I'm saying. How do you think? Because that's a big plot line. That's got to be film stuff.
It would be,
in my opinion, I feel like it should be film.
I mean,
stuff.
no, I agree, but it would be dope if that subplot line can somehow incorporate She-Hulk. Like he sends a beacon or something back to Earth saying, "Hey, I need your help."
Well, since we're getting after credit scenes every episode, maybe it'll be something like that. Me personally, I don't want it to be a subplot line because we still have to world build with She-Hulk. Like you said, Daredevil or Matt Murdock or both have to be shoehorned in. So I don't want it to be too convoluted with the Hulk and what he got going on. I think this was his exit stage left. In a way.
Okay. And
I'm not saying it won't be I just don't want it to be a subplot line of Hulk. That's all.
She-Hulk got you. And I mean, it will make sense. Yeah. It will make sense. But so she talks to Bruce. She gets his okay. She calls the boss. Said, I'm taking this job.
Yeah.
Then we get the plot point from Shang-Chi where he breaks out of prison, and I just want to say I think it's dope as hell that this show happens concurrently to Shang-Chi. So like everything in that movie and this is happening at the same time. I think that's dope as hell. Yeah. But it's crazy because in the movie it seemed as if Wong and Abomination had done that a few times because he was like, "You hit me too hard this time," or something like that.
Maybe you'll start controlling those punches like we practiced.
So, with the media and She-Hulk saying that Abomination has escaped,
Love that guy.
Maybe this is the first time that they noticed that this happened, and even though they haven't been doing it before.
Well, this is the thing, man. Like they having illegal cage fights, and that's already like it's illegal. Y'all out here wilding, and somebody still recorded it and put it on the dark web. So it's kind of like. They was doing this before, but this is the fight that got out. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, were they not recording it before?
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Somebody,
that's crazy.
You know how you bring your +1 and they be like, "Oh, this is crazy." You're like, "Oh, we outside." Oh,
right. That's
shut up.
Yeah, you messed up the whole operation.
Right. Fucking dweeb.
Dweeb. Nah, but that's crazy. So then we get that plot point, right? And is that the end of the episode?
That's the end of the episode. It was like, oh shit, like that's a cliffhanger for you.
Man, what?
It was. And now, one thing I do enjoy about these She-Hulk episodes, they ain't long.
They get to the point, and I love it
really quick. And I hope that all episodes are like this. Maybe if we get to the season finale, it's
maybe an extended cut or something like that.
But look, let's keep these joints about 35 minutes. What they've been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Now, I do want to ask you something. So earlier in the episode, when She-Hulk was on the internet job searching, I think this might have been after she got all of those rejections. She was in her apartment talking to her paralegal.
Yeah.
On the website that she was looking at, because they did a close-up on it. Did you see? So first, there's a QR code that links to a She-Hulk comic that episode is based off.
Oh,
of. So
okay.
that's dope as hell. But on the side of that web page, there are related articles. There's 2 related articles. The first one says, "Man fights with metal claws in a bar crawl." So we all know that's a Wolverine reference.
Nasty.
Fire.
I mean, no. Nasty good. Like,
Yeah.
Nasty can be good. Okay.
But then under that it says, "Why is there a giant statue of a man sticking out of the ocean?" Do you remember where that comes from?
Eternals.
Yeah, that's the first reference to that Eternal sticking out of the ocean since the movie. So just those little details that the MCU is known for. Like, I think that's dope as hell.
That is dope, and I would have never saw that if you never said that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and basically it's confirmed that Wolverine is in the MCU now. Now it's just only a matter of time before he actually debuts. So I just thought that was a dope little part of the episode.
The episode itself, it's just Easter egg and homage and plot lines that can go elsewhere. Like the name of the firm that she works for is the name of Marvel Comics creators.
Yeah,
and things
right.
Like that. I think that's dope. Like we employ She-Hulk. I think that's a nice play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's dope, man, to see that. I'm enjoying this show, man. Just don't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck this up for me.
Right, because
You know
you
what I'm saying?
want to watch
We
it.
getting some good content right now, and we posed the question a few podcasts ago. If you listen to the audio, was watching Phase 4 even worth it? Now it's starting to feel like it.
Yep.
But this is a product that's kind of having like a Nexus type of feel.
Yeah.
Like, it can go so many ways with it. We talking about Thunderbolts, we talking about mutants, we talking about Eternals, we talking about Hulk being a cosmic somewhere.
Man,
It's so many ways they can go with this, and the primary plot line is still good.
Right. Which is what we know Marvel and MCU for doing.
Yeah. It's like usually like it's one of the nothing never really lacks. I mean, there can be some subpar content and things like that, but this gives the Nexus feel. Like,
Right.
it can go so many ways.
Word. Yeah, man. So
But out of 5, what are you giving this? It's just an episode, but what are you giving this?
honestly, I think I'm giving this episode a 5. Like, I don't see an issue with this episode. I thought this was a really good episode.
Yeah,
Really, really good episode.
I guess. I guess I agree. Like, I didn't rewatch episode 1. I rewatched this one.
Right.
This one was really, really good too.
Yeah, man. Listen, only the second episode, but definitely has the potential to be one of the best Disney Plus Marvel shows. So,
Which ain't saying much.
like Ralph said, don't mess it up, man. Don't mess it up. But yeah, so that's our review of episode 2 of She-Hulk. Unless you had anything else?
No. Did you have anything about episode 3? You don't watch the trailer.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, you can talk about it if you want to.
I mean, it's just gonna be Wong, isn't it?
Okay. I mean, and that makes sense
Okay.
based on what
What's going
happened.
on,
Yeah. So
it's just Wong.
I fuck with Wong. So.
And then the after credits, we didn't even talk about her family.
Oh damn, we didn't.
We got straight to the shit.
Right,
Like,
we
it was a whole family scene. Like,
I mean, that's
it's kind of expected.
like the scene. The scene was cool, but it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't really add or take away any value to the episode as a whole.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, but it adds to the character though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well,
Like I'm not mad at the scene at all, but it's just.
it's
Take it or leave it.
Take
Take it or
enough,
leave
fair enough. But I think at some point we did have to get to the extended family, like her family, or like her family dynamic, which adds to her character development and see where she goes as a hero and things like that. And her family is hilarious. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just I get your point. It doesn't take away from the episode, but it adds like a comic relief. Like,
Okay.
you know,
I'm
something
not
like
mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
And then, you know, her dad asking her about it. Then the after credit scene. Now the after credit scenes add or take no value away from the episode.
True. And I actually thought that, like, what happened in the after credit scene with her helping around the house, mounting the TV, and I thought that was gonna happen in the episode.
Yeah.
Like when he called her away from the table, I thought that's what was
I
about to
thought that's
happen.
what's gonna happen.
But
Yeah.
it was cool for him to like put her to the side to actually check on her to see how she's doing.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I appreciated seeing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we good.
All right,
here
we
now.
good?
Yeah, we good here now.
So with that, that's our review of episode 2 of She-Hulk.
Yes, sir.
Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the comment section. Let us know what you thought about the episode and what you think is going to happen for the rest of the season. Let us know.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back next week with
next
the episode 3. All right, peace.